This is a tutorial for a mid to low drop fade. Apologies in advance, this is my first ever YouTube video, so it took me a little minute to get to the right spot for the lighting. So yeah, I'll speed that up for you so you can get right to it. Whilst we wait for that, I'd highly appreciate if you could like the video, drop a comment, and also subscribe to my channel to see more YouTube tutorials like this. I'm also on every other platform, Future of Fades, Instagram and TikTok. Thank you. Also, if you're a new barber, I wouldn't recommend using this technique because this is more of an experienced barber's technique. Nothing against you all, it's just because it includes a lot of freehanding and I only use one guard for this method. But if you feel really confident in your ability to fade and freehand, then this is the right method for you. If you're a new barber looking for a tutorial from me, drop a follow, comment down below, and I might release a tutorial using more guards for you guys. Thank you. So for this technique, you want to only use the one guard. You want to start by using the lever open and freehanding away to create a clearer canvas to fade in. Here I'm setting in my zero line and I only work in sections around 2 to 3 inches wide, as it's a lot easier to stay focused on where you're fading so you don't develop tunnel vision by focusing on too much at once. Here I'm just finishing up clearing up the canvas, ready for when I pop off the one guard, which I do just now. My lever is open here and I'm majoritively using the corners because I'm trying to avoid creating harsh lines in the fade. I use the one closed around the middle area of the fade and then I pop it off with the no guard lever open to blend just beneath that. This method involves a lot of lever play, so for it to work at its best, you must ensure you're confident at cutting the right length. Here I turn my client and notice this subtle dark patch just beneath the occipital bone. I start with the number one lever closed and realise it's not cutting, so I popped off the one guard, used the lever open and then just gently flicked away at it. And just like that, just by using a corner of my blade, it's gone and it's looking nice. In order to get the smoothest blend around the occipital bone area, just make your client look down a little bit so the skin stretches around the bone. This makes it much easier to cut, especially when your client has a bony nape. Here I'm just trying to knock out some extra dark spots using some lever play.
I did actually had exams.
Now moving on to the next section, I'm just observing the overgrowth and then I start this by clearing it with a bit of freehand with a one guard lever open. This is to create a clearer canvas for this section that I'm fading in.
Doing like 2.5 hours and then go home and walk home. I can't be bothered.
Once I'm comfortable with the section I created, I take off the one guard, hit it with the no guard lever closed to create my zero guard line. The zero line must be parallel with the weight line to ensure the fade can be as good as possible. Here I'm just using a little bit more freehand with the number one guard lever open. This is just to make sure my fading section is as clear as possible. The number one lever closed, I hit it with a little bit of clipper over comb just to clear a little bit more of the excess overhang. And now I'm hitting it with a zero guard lever open. Just like every other section I've cut so far, I'm making sure I only use the corner of the blade to try and not create any harsh lines. Now I pop on the one guard closed to attack the dark spots just above that. I'm just going along the rest of the section here, making sure I repeat the same steps. There was a bit of disturbance in my kitchen, so I had to mute the audio here, so you'll just be listening to my voice for a little while. Use a bit more clipper over comb to keep cutting away at the excess overhang. Another little tip you see me use here, make sure your blade is angled at a 45-degree angle. This is to try and prevent any lines being created whilst you're flicking. Just look at that blend, come on. Of course, to blend out this bottom area, you need to use some lever play with the no guard, and then fade out the darker areas just above that with the one guard lever closed. I'm just going to shut up for a little bit now and let you take in the steps yourself, take any notes, and just simply watch if that's what you're here for. Warning in advance, more unwanted guests came into my kitchen, so I'll leave you here with some music.
You reckon?
I think audio wise, we're all good for the rest of the video. Sorry about that, guys. Just cut me some slack. This is my first ever YouTube video done properly. When you're cutting around the temple, the hair tends to be quite thinner compared to the back and behind the ears. So make sure you're being more cautious with the hair that you're cutting, because you don't want to end up with any lines that are a pain in the to fade out. Just make sure you're being extra cautious and only using the corners of your blade. Now I'm going to begin fading the last section. So I put in my 0 line, then I clip on the 1 guard, making sure that it's open, then I begin to attack the top of the fading area. Now I'm just using some lever play with the 1 guard, trying to attack the dark spots around the midsection of the fading area.
But that's a slightly outside fucking. You still not great touching the code. It's like in case NBA 2K.
He's still not done talking, guys, so I'm going to speed the rest of these clips up for you until the fade's finished.
Ooh, fucking hell. I had a worse sleep last night. Yeah. I was actually sleeping in fucking metal bars and stuff like that. Dangerous, yeah.
Now that the fade's done, I'm going to use my trimmers and clear up all the excess hair beneath the fade. Once you reach where you made the 0 line with the clipper, you want to flick the trimmer to make sure you're not leaving a hard line beneath that. Just make sure you clean up as much stubble as you possibly can. The trimmers I'm using are 0 gap, so they cut very close to the skin. When I approach the shape up, I realize there's too much weight across the C cup. I start by gently tapping it as vertical bars, just to mark the end of the C cup. Once that's done, I begin with doing the C cup. Once the general shape's done, I come in with a scissor overcomb just to clear up the excess bulk around the C cup. And just like that, it looks way neater now. Now I'm just making sure I shape up the other side to make this haircut extra sharp. Again, I'm not really trying to make a hard line here, just trying to gently set my guideline to start the C cup.
Can I do a design?
Huh?
Can I do a design?
If you want.
It's up to you.
I don't mind. I'll take any design you want to give me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What do you want to do?
Just freestyle. Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4. If you like it, then you should.
he wanted a freestyle design. So right now, I'm just brainstorming really, trying to think of what I can do. And soon enough, I'll get started. If you want, you can use this as reference for your next quote-unquote freestyle design, if you're shit at freestyles.
What do you look like? You look like you're from one of them.
That was my auntie trying to violate me a little bit because she knows I was on camera.
Yes, food shopping.
Yes, you look like you're offering a service, love, but not a haircut.
Probably.
Just getting to the end now, just finished the initial. And I've just realised my phone died when I was recording the scissor work, the scissor over comb. So you can't see me doing that, but I did. Anyway, here are the end results. I hope you enjoyed. If you watched through the whole video, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want more of these tutorials. Thank you very much for watching.